Brother Akram from Southampton. And he said, guys, I love this channel, Newcastle FM, and mashallah, the sheikhs, the speakers are mesmerizing. I've stopped watching TV. I'm just watching this channel all day long. And you guys need to really help these brothers to get a better, mashallah, better exposure out there, because I think they're. And so we had a look at Newcastle FM, and we actually thought the same.
I was actually I had anti-Islam sentiments within me. I was worried for my niece. I didn't want her to grow up to meet a man that was going to hit her, and I had all these feelings within me. But what it did, it triggered me to look into Islam. And so I looked into it very, a lot, and it didn't take me long to realize that Islam was a protection for a little girl. Yeah, so I certainly didn't want to be, come down and especially be on camera or anything like that. I sort of sneakily wanted to just meet Hamza on the side. But before I knew it, I asked about Islam. Before I knew it, there were 7 or 8 cameras around me. And I was thrust into this kind of speaker's corner team, which you both know is a whole different world.
The Muslims chilling together, like that's just like itself is like it's an amazing experience. That until today, when I travel around the world and I go to different places and I step off the airplane and I'm with a bunch of guys who I've never seen before, but it's literally like they're closer to me, almost closer to me, maybe even closer to me than my own brother.
And I remember, mashallah, months later, Jordan, when he took his Shahada, alhamdulillah, he said, you know what? More than all the dawah that you guys gave me, all that sort of persuasion and logic and reasoning, that meal left more of an impression on me than all the words that you had spoken.
I guess I took Shahada in Finsbury, not Finsbury Park, but the Muslim Welfare House, which was right next to Finsbury Park Tube Station. It was the original mosque there before Finsbury, Finsbury Park, the big mosque. Yeah, and the people were really nice. They were fantastic. Everyone wanted to teach me the whole of Islam in like 5 minutes, It was Jummah as well, but I came away from that really buzzing. It was just amazing. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I said to myself after that, this is like way better than any weed I'd ever smoked. Honestly, I literally felt high. I was like on the clouds thinking, this is flipping amazing.
And he asked me this one question. He said, what will you say to God if you die tonight and then you meet him on the Day of Judgment? And I could not move from my seat all night. This was from about 10 o'clock at night. He left about 11:30. I was really angry with him because of that question. And I remember sitting all night, not sleeping, thinking, what will I say? What will I say to God? But when they did the Shahada, I saw those grown, hardened men crying. Now, you have to understand something from my culture, black culture. Men don't cry in public in front of each other. Not even in front of our women. We don't cry. So when you've seen hardened men crying, and I'm thinking, why are they crying? I didn't know if there was a further initiation ceremony. I might have to run around in my underwear, hang out at the window. I did not know what was happening with the Shahada. So that was like, wow, these men are really crying. And then they came to hug, and we don't do that. So they came and hugged me, and it was a really warm hug. And I know Muslims do that now. Okay, COVID's in check now, so we've got to be careful of that. But it was the hug, and I was thinking, this is different.
So we like our luxuries, we like our entertainment, and to some extent, unfortunately, perhaps the dawah has become like that as well. It's just an alternative for Netflix or for Prime videos, or watching a movie. It's entertaining, it's enjoyable, and I'm not saying necessarily that that's a bad thing, but the soul needs nourishing as well.
Absolute privilege to share a panel with both of you. Bacon, it's our first time. You are my favorite speaker now officially. I've been listening to this.
Mashallah, yes, I would agree.
It's absolutely fantastic, and I could listen to it for hours. And I'd like to echo what Abbas said about, perhaps it's not that we can have entertainment, but I think the ratios to which you can see that from the amount of views a lot of nonsense videos are getting compared to, say, for me, I go on Bilal Phillips' channel, and I'm amazed that there aren't millions of people watching his content. So I think, the way these YouTube algorithms work, we need to like the good stuff. We need to watch the good stuff as well, because otherwise all you're going to get fed is you're going to keep clicking all the rubbish. Right. And so I think, subscribe to Newcastle FM and learn, and that should be the bulk of what you're what you spend on YouTube. And that's my personal opinion on that.
And I think that we've hit upon yet another good formula. Abdul Haqq wants to come on once a month as well, and I think that we should bring him in as well and have this nice melting pot of sharing and knowledge and lightheartedness and seriousness, so that it shows the comprehensiveness of the deen and how all our characters can fuse together and merge as Muslims loving the deen upon the sunnah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So I would say to yourselves, if you're both happy to do this, then I would say see you next week, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.